What's going on, chasers? It's your boy Liswa Mutupi here, and firstly, before I jump into the topic of the day, I'd like to say thank you for all the members that are subscribing to this YouTube channel out there, because I can see that the channel is growing rapidly, and it feels so excited to see the influence that I have on the forex market industry. And at the same time, guys, if you're a new person, if you're just like you just came and you just saw my YouTube channel now, my name is Liswa Mutupi, and I focus a bit more on the forex market. I also dive a bit more deeper into the index market, and moving forward, I believe that you'll be able to learn a lot from me as we are growing on a daily basis. So on today's video, we're actually going to be speaking about the difference between you taking signals or you generating your own analysis in order to take your own signals. So basically, I'm going to break it down into multiple topics. I'm going to break it down into how the signals work, and then I'm going to break it down to how you making your own analysis to take the signals work. And most importantly, I'm also going to be speaking a bit more about what I think is best at the end of this video. So please do make sure to stay tuned and stay with me up until the end. So let us start off first with the difference between the two.
Started with $1 in a dream. This one for all the people that said I couldn't do it.
Okay, so I did mention that we're going to be speaking a bit more about the difference between signals and the difference between you generating your own analysis in order to create signals for yourself. So starting first, I want to explain to you how signals work now. So basically, let's say you're a person that has knowledge or that doesn't have knowledge within the market, and like let's say you don't have knowledge, and you approach a person that's selling signals, or that has a signal service out there, whether it's free signals or they're selling them. And once you do get to approach them, you tell them, okay, no, check this out. Instead of me giving you money for you to trade for me, one thing that I prefer is for you to tell me when to buy and when to sell. And basically what this person does is that obviously this person has to be a person that has been consistent within the markets, or otherwise you won't be able to make profits, because if they're not making profits, you're also not making profits. But after you do that, obviously the person pulls up the buying, let's say Nasdaq for instance. They tell you when to buy Nasdaq, buy it now, and this is the stop loss. You put your risk here, and your target is going to be at the specific place, and all you have to do is literally just plug and play, meaning that you just have to take the signals that they're giving, and you have to put it into your platform, and then let the thing work on its own. So that's actually how the signals work. Now you taking signals from a signal provider, whether you have knowledge or not, you just go there and then you take those signals. The person tells you to buy or sell, then you do that, and obviously you are able to implement those, whether you implement it or not. It's not a must whereby you should implement it, and at the same time it's not like that person is like giving you any financial advice or so on. This person is literally just saying that I'm buying Nasdaq, you can buy it too. But we're going to be jumping onto other factors too, and also generating your own analysis. Looking at it, generating your own analysis needs you to take months and or even years in learning on how the forex market works. So once you do get to learn on how the forex market works, you are able to see whenever the market is going to be rising or whenever the market is going to be dropping. And afterwards, obviously with the technical works that we do, you can see on my YouTube channel I've got a lot of videos whereby I go a bit more deep into the charts. We look at how the market moves and so on. So those are technical works. What happens is that you'd have your resistance zones, your support zones, your trend lines and so on, and even other things that are needed on a much more advanced level. And once you do get to be able to place those things, you'd be able to see that okay, no, the market is going to be rising for the next 3 days or 5 days or so on. And once you're able to see that, that's when you're gonna start to seek for signals in those technicals that you have drawn, meaning that you're gonna start to go into the markets. Then you're going to be looking at let's say for instance price broke out of the resistance zone, so I'm waiting for price to come back to the support, to that same resistance, but now treating it as support. Once it does gets to bounce at the specific level, I'll wait for a candlestick confirmation. Once I do get a candlestick confirmation, that's when I will place my buy entry. That will be buy entry with my own stop loss that I want to be setting. My target's going to be all the way up there. Those are things that you are going to be generating on your own. So those are actually two different factors. Now I wanted you to understand how you buying signals or you getting signals from a signal provider works, and also how you generating your own signals works. So you understood that on the side you need knowledge, on the side you do need knowledge. At the same time, even if you don't need knowledge, you'd be able to still profit whenever the person is profiting, or also not profit when the person is not profiting. But now I also want to jump into the fact that on the both sides of this, there's actually also good sides and also negative sides of it. So let us speak a bit more about that. Okay, so now the good side and also the negative side of it, it's actually on about the why. Why is people taking signals, and why are these people also not taking signals and generating their own analysis? Now let us take a look at taking signals. For instance, most people would let's say, I remember at first when back in 2017 when I took signals, because I was actually trading, and I wasn't actually making any money and so on, and I lacked confidence in my analysis, even though at times they would be correct and so on, but I lacked confidence. And one thing that I've done is that I've seen a person posting profits every day. It was always profits and so on. I was like, okay, no, I also want to experience this. So I went there and I took those signals, but I didn't even last for more than a week, I would say, because as soon as I got there, then I noticed that the person that the way that they're trading is not the way that I'm trading and so on. So I just decided to just leave and not complain about it. But most people lack confidence in their own analysis. Now that's actually one of the first points. They lack confidence in their own analysis. Or it could be that you just don't have time, meaning that you can trade, you don't lack analysis and so on, but you just don't have time. And these are the types of people that once a signal is sent out, instead of just going, plugging and playing it, what they do is that they also get to look at the markets themselves. Like they not literally take hours or months on the market, hours or minutes on the market, but they just go in there and see, okay, no, really USD is gonna go up, so I wouldn't mind taking this buy, let me just plug and play. But that's actually one of the good sides, and also the negative sides of it. It's actually looking at the fact that you either lack confidence, or could be that you just don't have time to be inserting those signals. Or also, most people, they prefer taking signals before, and while learning they're able to make the cash that the signals are giving them. But now I want you to look at the fact that you shouldn't be comfortable or comfortable taking signals, because it's not actually a source of income that you can rely off. And it's not something that you can rely off. Is you getting the skill in order to be able to know for sure that you've got the skill in you. So that's what brings me to the knowledge, the analysis side, and you generating your own analysis in order to create signals for yourself, which, looking at it, basically it's you going in the markets, learning on how these zones work, how these resistance supports, and how these trend lines, how these candlesticks, and everything that you need in order for you to understand how the market works in general. Once you're able to do that, you'd be able to develop a specific strategy that the win rate of that strategy yourself. You have back tested it. Takes months of a lot of hard work, hours put in, and a lot of just you dedicating a lot of time into it. Once you're able to put all that effort into the market, and you not even into the market but into the mindset, learning, getting as much information as possible, not worrying about making money. It can take literally, minimum would be 3 months or till a few years down the line and so on. Once you're able to get that knowledge stuck into you, then you'd be able to easily generate your own signals. And once you generate your own signals, that's actually something that you have for long-term purposes, because it's actually in you, and it's a skill that nobody can take from it. And whenever you feel like it's not working out, let's say you are making your win rate is actually 60%, you can go back on the charts, you can go back and learn a bit more about it. And then after learning a bit more about the strategy, after learning a bit more about the risk management and so on, that's when you can come back to the markets and improve. That's a bit more better way. So I also want to talk about what I think is best for a person to be involved in, because I've noticed that a lot of people would come with the aim of trying to just because they're scared, they want to make money and so on, but they get into the markets with little knowledge. And whenever they see a buy setup or a buy signal or a sell signal, what they do is that they go full margin in, or they just go with a lot of money into that without risk management and so on, and then they get to lose that amount of money, which it's much more simpler, because this way a person is going to be able to blame the next person, not themselves. On which, looking at it, whatever loss that you take in the markets, it should be a loss that you're comfortable taking, meaning that even if a person goes out, a signal provider says buy EURUSD now, and stop losses here and so on, once it doesn't mean all the time it's going to go into profits. Once it does get to hit stop loss, it's on your side on how much you are willing to lose on the trade, meaning that if you came and you lost all your account, it's on your side looking at the fact of the risk management. So even if you are taking signals, you need to know the risk management on your side. Nobody's going to come and manage that account via risk for you. You just have to do that on yourself. And most people still do come and take signals with a very small capital, super small capital that can literally hold just one position, on which most cases it shouldn't even be that way. It should be in a way whereby, yes, it's not the aim to double, triple your account or so on, but you should be able to still generate a few profits from here while you're still continuing on learning, on which I want to speak about the best way that I think you should be able to take signals. The best way that I can literally say is that obviously you just have to come take those signals, but only for a limited time frame. You shouldn't be in in a paid signal group for long, like for a very long time, unless you're a person that's you've got a lot of things that are going on, and you are with that person, you've developed a relationship with that person, and you don't mind this person giving you signals. That's okay. But if you really want to say that I'm making money from forex and I'm a trader and so on, then you shouldn't be in signals for a very long time. That's if you are going to be in signals. You should instead start to let's say, what if you don't have time to learn, and 3 months, 6 months down the line without making any money, then obviously you can start by joining a signal group. While you're doing that, don't focus too much on taking those signals, whether they're making money for you or not. Just focus on what that person is doing in order for them to also be able to give you these signals. Focus a bit more on what is the strategy that they're trading in order for them to be able to even give me signals that are winning like this. Then start learning about that strategy, start learning about the risk management, start learning about a lot of things that are going to be able to help you down the line. And then after 3 months down the line, you can be able to just approach that person and be like, what, I'm done. I'm now gonna be, whether you took a course in them or not, but this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be doing this for myself, which is the best way that a person can grow in the markets. The best way to grow is literally to focus on you taking the losses by yourself, focus on you getting that knowledge, absorbing as much as possible, learning from the next person, seeing what that person, why is this person buying. If you see a signal and the person sent a buy, go on your charts, just take a look at why is this person buying now, what is he looking at. Then you just come up with different ways on understanding what this person is doing. Then a few months down the line, you'd be able to generate your own cash. You'd be able to literally just have a skill that's gonna be in you for the next years to come, and you can continue to just improve and get better over the longer periods of time. But I hope that this video is gonna be able to help you out understand the two differences between you taking signals and you literally just learning and understanding how the market works, in order for you to be able to generate your own signals. Because the most important thing is for a person to be able to eat on their own, but not instead of a person being able to just be given a fish. You know that saying, how it goes. But yeah, I hope that this video actually did help you out a lot, because I've seen multiple people send me messages this week asking me about I just want to know if I should take signals, or if I should, what actually is the difference, all these things. And while sitting down on it, I just thought that okay, no, it's good if I just send out a message to people that really want to learn from the markets, that signals are not the only way out. There's you learning, you getting the skill, you doing everything by yourself is the way out. So if you are taking signals, it should be for short-term purposes, and focus on you getting that skill in order for you to be able to provide for your family or loved ones in the near future. Because once you're patient now, it's going to start to pay off in the next few years. But I hope that this video did find you well. I hope that someone that has requested to hear this message is watching this video as we speak now. So by this me to be, please do make sure to hit that subscribe button and also like this video, as it did provide value to you. And I'll see you in the next video to come. Thank you.